In the next 10 minutes, you'll witness how Juan Soto transformed from a $1.5 million prospect to a $765 million superstar through a combination of natural talent and unprecedented mental discipline. What drives a young boy from Santo Domingo to become baseball's most disciplined hitter? We'll take you inside the Soto family home, through his meteoric rise with the Nationals, his World Series triumph at age 21, and the blockbuster trades that eventually led to baseball's richest contract. Each chapter reveals how Soto developed his revolutionary approach. By comparing his journey to legends like Williams and Bonds, you'll understand why the Mets believe $765 million was a bargain for a player redefining batting excellence. What if I told you that baseball's most disciplined eye was developed not in elite academies, but on the dusty fields of Santo Domingo? In the baseball-obsessed neighborhoods of the Dominican Republic, a father's guidance would shape one of the game's greatest young talents. This is where Juan Soto's remarkable journey began. In Santo Domingo, baseball represents a potential pathway out of poverty. The crack of bats echoes through crowded neighborhoods where children play on uneven dirt fields under the Caribbean sun. Young Juan grew up watching his father, Juan Soto Sr., play as a catcher in local men's leagues. These humble beginnings forged the extraordinary skills that would later command hundreds of millions in MLB. While other prospects trained at expensive academies, Soto received his most valuable coaching at home. The Dominican baseball landscape breeds fierce competition. Thousands of talented youngsters showcase their abilities daily, knowing scouts select only a handful for professional opportunities. This environment creates players who understand baseball can be their family's financial salvation. Soto distinguished himself through an exceptional understanding of the strike zone. His father's experience as a catcher provided unique insights into pitcher-batter dynamics. Hour after hour on those sun-baked fields, the elder Soto would instill in his son the importance of pitch recognition and plate discipline. Like a diamond forming under pressure, this father-son partnership created the foundation for one of baseball's most discerning batting eyes. Washington Nationals scouts recognized something special in the young Dominican. They looked beyond the physical tools that typically attract attention, instead valuing Soto's extraordinary batting approach and mental maturity. The Nationals signed him for $1.5 million in 2015, substantial but modest compared to other top international prospects that year. The investment quickly proved shrewd. At just 17 years old, Soto dominated the Gulf Coast League, winning MVP honors with a .368 batting average. His progression continued with promotion to the Auburn Double Days, where he batted .429 in 6 games. These performances indicated a special talent moving through the minor league system at an accelerated pace. Soto's mental approach truly distinguished him. Scouting reports highlighted his exceptional plate discipline, unusual for a teenager. While most young hitters chase pitches to impress, Soto displayed the patience of a seasoned veteran, working counts masterfully and recognizing pitches beyond his years. This foundation built on Dominican fields eventually made Soto worth nearly 500 times his original signing bonus. The combination of natural talent, his father's mentorship, and the competitive Dominican baseball culture created a player with extraordinary mental toughness. In 2018, injuries to several Nationals players unexpectedly fast-tracked his timeline to the majors, catapulting a 19-year-old Soto directly into MLB, and baseball would never be the same. The Nationals' decision to promote a raw teenager would prove to be one of the most consequential roster moves in recent baseball history. When Juan Soto arrived in Washington on May 20, 2018, he claimed the title of youngest player in the major leagues at just 19 years and 207 days old. Baseball executives across the league raised eyebrows. After all, this was a player with merely 23 games of AA experience suddenly thrusted onto baseball's biggest stage. Many critics believed the Nationals had panicked after Howie Kendrick's season-ending injury, rushing a prospect who clearly needed more minor league seasoning. Those critics fell silent almost immediately. In his first major league start on May 21, Soto stepped to the plate with the confidence of a 10-year-old veteran and launched the first pitch he saw for a 3-run homer. The blast made him the youngest player in franchise history to hit a home run, serving notice to the baseball world that something extraordinary was unfolding. He looked like he belonged from day one, recalled Nationals manager Dave Martinez. The moment never seemed too big for him. What happened next defied all logical expectations for a player his age. By season's end, Soto had assembled achievements that placed him alongside teenage legends like Mel Ott and Bryce Harper. His final batting batting line showcased remarkable consistency: .292 average, .406 on-base percentage, and .517 slugging percentage in just 414 at-bats. While most rookies chase pitches in their eagerness to prove themselves, Soto displayed veteran-like patience. He became the first teenager in MLB history to walk more than 60 times while maintaining an on-base percentage above 400. His 79 walks established a new benchmark for players under 20. Even more intimidating to pitchers was Soto's psychological game, bodied in the Soto Shuffle. Often after taking a ball, he would engage in a unique ritual of movements, dropping into a crouch, stepping toward the pitcher, and staring him down. This mental warfare reached its peak when veteran manager Buck Showalter intentionally walked Soto in just his 8th major league game. By the following season, Soto's impact grew exponentially as he helped power the Nationals to their first World Series championship. Throughout the 2019 postseason, the 20-year-old delivered in pressure-filled moments, crushing 5 home runs and driving in 14 runs. When facing Garrett Cole in Game 1 of the World Series, Soto responded with a thunderous home run that silenced the Houston crowd. What separated Soto from other phenoms was how his success originated from an extraordinary understanding of the strike zone and pitch recognition. While other power hitters his age were often one-dimensional, Soto could drive the ball to all fields with authority, redefining what teams look for in young prospects. Soto's plate discipline evolved into scientific precision. Consider this paradox. In an era when power hitters are valued for their slugging ability, how did a young player who sometimes takes strikes become baseball's first $700 million position player? The answer lies in the numbers that traditional box scores don't capture. Behind Soto's approach at the plate is a technical mastery that begins with his distinctive two-strike adjustment. When facing a two-strike count, Soto raises his grip along the bat handle and adopts a wider, lower stance. This mechanical change allows him to maintain his power while still making consistent contact under pressure, driving the ball to all parts of the field even when pitchers have the advantage. Like a chess master anticipating moves ahead, Soto's technical adjustments transform defensive situations into offensive opportunities. What truly separates Soto from his contemporaries is his almost supernatural pitch recognition. In 2021, when other power hitters were swinging at anything close, Soto displayed remarkable restraint, laying off 84.9% of pitches outside the strike zone, 4.0 percentage points better than the next closest hitter. His discipline continued into 2022, when he again led the majors by swinging at just 19.9% of pitches outside the zone. The 2021 season provided the clearest example of Soto's extraordinary approach. He accumulated 145 walks, outpacing the second-place hitter by more than 40. This level of plate discipline hadn't been seen since Barry Bonds set the all-time record with 232 walks in 2004, fundamentally altering how teams pitched to the Giants that season. In baseball circles, being mentioned alongside Bonds in any statistical category is rarefied air. Soto's approach combines elite discipline with power production. Most disciplined hitters sacrifice power for contact, but Soto refuses this compromise. His spray chart tells the story. Through the 2020 season, Soto had hit exactly 69 career home runs, perfectly distributed with 23 to left field, 23 to center field, and 23 to right field. This balanced power profile stands in stark contrast to modern sluggers, who typically pull the majority of their home runs to their strong side. Modern analytics departments value this all-fields approach because it makes Soto essentially slump-proof. When most power hitters face defensive shifts or pitch sequencing designed to exploit pull tendencies, their production often craters. Soto, meanwhile, can adjust to any defensive alignment or pitching strategy without compromising his approach. The financial implications of Soto's hitting methodology are enormous. Baseball's front offices now recognize that traditional power metrics like home runs and RBIs tell only part of the story. Soto's combination of elite walk rates and all-fields power creates value that transcends traditional measurements. He forces pitchers to throw strikes, exhausts pitch counts, and creates scoring opportunities even when he isn't driving in runs himself. When the Washington Nationals shocked the baseball world by trading away their 23-year-old superstar in 2022, it wasn't just another deadline deal. It was the first domino in a sequence that would redefine baseball's financial landscape. After rejecting a 15-year, $440 million contract that would have been the largest in MLB history at the time, Soto unknowingly set himself on a path toward an even more staggering figure: $765 million. The trade package the Nationals received from the San Diego Padres was historically significant. Washington acquired 5 top prospects, including C.J. Abrams and Mackenzie Gore, a talent haul that Baseball Insiders immediately compared to the transformative Herschel Walker NFL trade in the 90s. This move signaled a fundamental shift in how teams value elite young talent. Soto's journey after the trade unfolded in distinct phases. Initial adjustment. In his first 51 games with San Diego, Soto hit a modest .236 with 6 home runs, numbers that belied his true potential but reflected the challenge of mid-season transitions. Playoff emergence. When October arrived, Soto delivered in all 3 playoff series, showcasing why his rare combination of power and plate discipline is so coveted in high-pressure situations. Return to form. His 2023 season featured a .275 average, 35 home runs, 109 RBIs, and a league-leading 132 walks. Elite production that earned him 6th place in NL MVP voting and reinforced his status as one of baseball's premier offensive talents. Yankees acquisition. After just 16 months in San Diego, Soto was traded to New York, where he formed a formidable partnership with Aaron Judge that terrorized American League pitching staffs. Power development. On August 13, 2024, Soto hit 3 home runs in a single game against the White Sox, demonstrating his continued evolution as a complete hitter while maintaining the elite plate discipline that makes him unique. What we're seeing with Soto is a recalibration of how the industry values generational talent, noted baseball analyst after the Yankees deal. His combination of power, discipline, and age makes traditional valuation models obsolete. Soto's case illuminates a profound shift in player valuation. When the Nationals offered $440 million, they believed they were making a historic commitment. Yet within 2 seasons, that figure appeared insufficient. Teams began recognizing that elite offensive production combined with extraordinary plate discipline at such a young age represents a value beyond conventional metrics. The economics of Soto's eventual $765 million Mets contract places him among the highest-paid athletes worldwide. The 15-year commitment reflects confidence in 3 key attributes: his youth, signing at just 25, his durability, minimal injury history, and his hitting approach that should age gracefully through his 30s, qualities that convinced the Mets this generational talent would return value throughout the contract's duration. What began as a story of raw talent has evolved into a testament to baseball's shifting values. At just 25, Juan Soto's already positioned himself among the game's all-time greats, leading the league in on-base percentage multiple times and amassing statistics that place him in elite historical company. His .287 batting average and 193 home runs through age 25 mark a clear Hall of Fame trajectory. Soto's $765 million contract represents a fundamental revolution in baseball evaluation, prioritizing cerebral hitting over pure power. This paradigm shift will reshape future markets, elevating players with elite plate discipline. In a game dominated by home run swings, Soto proves that patience creates true value. As we watch his career unfold, one question remains: will his disciplined approach become the blueprint that transforms baseball's next generation?